Hey y'all, it's your girl Sia, and I'm back with another video. Y'all, oh my god. So I'm just gonna jump right in if y'all don't mind. The title for today is Denver did what now? Okay. And I want to be very clear. I believe this is only really in front of my face because I am striving to wind down and get ready to go to bed. So I'm scrolling on YouTube and boom, right? Denver news pops up, right? And what they're stating is that the state has just approved $25 million to be redirected to the so-called 4,000, almost what, 5,000 migrants that are here in this city. Now, Denver has a homeless crisis. And I feel like, I mean, I don't know. It's all, it's every, I mean, it's, I don't see it as much, but I know it's everywhere. Okay. Very similar to how you would see California, or you hear of California being. Denver has very much become that way. And it's very unfortunate because what they did is they turned a lot of like the major areas into like these drug safe, whatever they be doing, where they give them like safety stuff or whatever. I don't know what that's called, right? I don't have too much history, but if you guys do your research, these people now have places where they can go to get clean needles and stuff like that, okay? And what they did is they placed it in like they renovated downtown. So they really redid all of downtown, okay? Um Made it super nice, more attractive, more things to do, right? In the Denver way, anyway. Got that whole train station up and active, and got the hotel going, right? Because that stuff wasn't like that before, by the way. I want to be clear. That stuff wasn't like that until like 2018, 19, maybe like 17, but like that's all been renovated, okay? And what's they took that area somewhere where people from Denver could like truly be proud of, right? And they made it to where, I don't know, it's like more and more homeless people are attracted to that one spot. And I believe it's because of the homeless services that they have down there. I mean, I get it. It's easy transportation, whatever. But there was a time where you're, again, like I keep telling you guys, you're homeless blended in. Now it's a little bit different, and I don't go downtown for that reason. Okay. It's just not my thing anymore. But if I do, I'm usually in a setting with other people and I'm in a little bit different environment, right? So that's just giving you guys some background on that. Homelessness is bad. When you got people camping in the dang suburbs, okay, along highways and stuff, like that's not like it ain't good, okay? But you got these migrants who have come here. And let me tell you guys, remember what I said about having to now compete? We live in a world economy. I really believe that what they just did, which they allotted $25 million to go to these migrants. So they call it $90 a day. So like $100 a day for each migrant, right? And I'm thinking in my head, they didn't work for that money though. You know what I mean? Like, I really believe that my tax dollars should be going to the everyday American citizen, not some random person that wants to just cross the border. And we really don't even know who these people are. We don't have any background on them. We're just taking them all in. I don't get it. Now, if you're like some doctor from India and you can really help somebody or help with a certain type of industry that's going to help and add value to the community and the culture, like that's different. right? I might be willing to invest, but these people that are just coming over here and you telling me that you're going to take the city's savings and invest and really what it pees me off. First of all, I want to be very clear. I'm not happy that they're doing this. But what it tells me is that they are intentionally doing this. It's an intention behind what they're doing. It's not just, oh, some migrants are here and I'm just going to sign off on a bill granting $25 million to them. No, that ain't because you want to help. There is an agenda. There is a reason because I'm not getting it. If that was the case, I'd have just shipped them all back home, gave them food, gave them some water, and that's it. Right? The least I could do is feed you, but I need you, sir, to go build your country. See, the problem is if what they're saying is true, from what I've been hearing, I'm still doing the research on that. There's not enough people in the workplace still, which is crazy because I could understand COVID. I mean, I barely understood the logic behind that, but I understood, okay, numbers decreased during COVID. Okay, 21, they decreased, because everybody benefited, right? Maybe a little bit in 22. But are we still trying to say in 2024 folks are not working? And if that's the case, well, then, I mean, you can't come. I mean, that would partially explain part of the agenda for why they're bringing the migrants in. This is my thought process. Okay. Not only are they bringing the migrants in to fill the workforce, right? Because there's nobody there, but once they fill it, then they can go ahead and say, see, we filled the unemployment gap, you know, in hopes to be able to wave that flag. And then all them people are going to vote for them because they solved unemployment. Right. And it's going to look along the lives of, oh, we saved lives. We helped people. We helped folks to be successful. Like, I swear to God, that's what they're trying to pull. That's what I really think in my mind, because you don't sign off on a $25 million bill and not know what you're signing, bro. Like, there's no way. And my heart kind of sank because that's actually pretty fucking scary. And it does tell me I kind of I'm gonna have to, I need to figure other options because this is not gonna work for me long term. The crazy thing is, I was on Reddit, and Reddit, listen, I'm trying to find people who can talk. I don't want to hear Fox. I don't want to hear freaking or read. I don't want to read Fox. I don't want to read all the big CNN. I don't want them to paint the picture for me. I want people who are on the ground, like really seeing this like firsthand. I want to know what people's thought processes are behind the politics, and not just, hey, I'm a comment. I want somebody who's really in the weeds with the governor. You know what I mean? Like, there was a time where you were able to find that kind of information. Like, people would write a whole WordPress blog, right? And it's all the dirty stuff, and you'd be surprised them people are connected with these people and that people. And because, again, Denver has an occult, it's an occultish, is the myth anyway. And I say myth because I really don't, nobody really knows until we know, but we have our guesses, right? Is an occultish state. And if you really understand, not Sweeney Todd, John Todd, is that the guy's name? There's a guy, okay, who literally goes into depth about Denver and his experience in Denver and witches and warlocks and that type of level shit, right? And you guys have to remember, again, I don't know about it too much now because I don't know what types of people are moving here. I know it's a lot of tech. You've got a lot of military, but that military is key. Right? Maybe the tech, who knows? I don't know, right? But you have a lot of different things that are going on here that are like covert, right? And everybody belongs to these groups. Again, it's changing a little bit because you have more and more people coming here, but that's what it was like. It very much is still kind of like that, but people are because of how many people are moving here, it's a little bit of mixture from everywhere. Okay, now before it was not like that, which means that if people are still here, it's still very much ran similarly. You just don't see all of it because it seems so inclusive, right? Um, and it's unfortunate because as they gotten tighter on the internet, again, I still need to do some digging because this stuff wasn't hard easy to find before either, you know. I even visited Crystal Links. Okay, I haven't been on Crystal Links since I was young, but I'm like, listen, I know, because the thing is, people will have websites, right? And websites will show one thing, but when you click on an article, that article may lead to something completely different. And it's imperative. I know that somebody's doing something. I'm talking about via, really writing about what's happening in Denver. There was a documentary that came out not too long ago, about the governor and his doings and who's he's in bed with, and kind of the situation with the election and all that jazz, right? As far as he goes. um and it's very interesting to me, right? And the way that he moves, because he was found in the so-called, like, it's a conspiracy. So it's like one of these things. I mean, it was a documentary, but you guys get what I'm saying. I don't know. I can't remember who did it, but I don't remember where I watched it at, but I'm sure if y'all rumbled it, or I don't know about BitChute, but if you rumbled it, you might be able to find it. But there's a whole, it's like an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe, about like a coup, quote unquote. Okay, like someone like kind of dominated, but in a bad way. I don't know how to explain it. And it just makes me wonder, like, what was the intent, right? Because if it wasn't fair and square and things weren't done by the book, what's the intent? That means you're always not necessarily moving by the book. Who made that call for that to happen? It's almost like someone is pulling the strings at the top, and these mayors are just going, they're just doing. They may not even be people that are truly qualified. I say mayors, governors. They're not even that. Somebody, well, I guess it's all of them, really. Not all, but y'all get what I mean. Like, it could be anybody at any political level. But it's almost like when you watch these governors or mayors or whatever, right? When it comes to certain policies, they all move accordingly. So it's like, yo, either somebody's calling the shots from the top, like y'all are all like one brotherhood. You know what I mean? Like, something's up, because there ain't no way all of y'all think alike. Like, realistically, yo. And I mean, either that, or is that part of your schooling? Like, are you guys trained to be this way? Like, I'm just, can somebody explain it to me? I mean, I'm confused. It feels like this is more, it's all done by design. That's what it feels like. The more news that comes out about it, it's like, oh, it just feels like there's a full intent behind it, regardless of the image of, oh, we just want to help. And then when I was on Reddit, it's funny because people are saying things like, you don't, because the conversation is, the lady said, well, these migrants are going around knocking door to door. Somebody came to my door twice asking me for money and yada yada yada. And she's like, well, what should I do? Should I give it to them? What should I do? Is there somebody that I can call? And I'm thinking, what the fuck, right? Colorado is so goddamn friendly for no fucking reason. I keep telling y'all that. Like, I get that people want to feel inclusive and like, oh, we're so friendly, but we don't know who's knocking at our door. We don't know if this is the enemy or not. Like, we really don't know. We don't know these people. They have not been vetted, unless there's a center, right, along the way as they be walking and marching here that vets them already, and now they're able to let through. But I don't think the government is like really like that. I don't think they, you know, that's I don't know. I don't know that that's something that they would do, right? So this girl stuck. I don't know why she's stuck because to me, if I didn't invite you, why are you knocking on my door, right? I'm not about to answer no goddamn door for you. I don't know you. I did not invite you. So I'm not friendly. I wouldn't give a damn who you were, right? But to then be like, well, who do I call? Why are you even wasting your precious time? Like, your time is precious. Why? There are so many more Americans that you could be helping, but for some odd reason, your brain says, let me help this complete alien. Because that's what they are. Okay. An alien in this context means foreign. It's a foreigner, something we don't know. I don't know that. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I know they're human, but that's about it. And I mean, if you're going off of that, that's cool. But like, you do know humans do things that, like, isn't very human like. Or maybe it is. I don't know. But I'm not trying to find out. Okay. And I'm not saying all these people are bad people, but they're not our responsibility. And what they do is they play on your heartstrings because, oh, they need help. They only need $100 a day. Why are they getting any American dollar? I thought our dollar was worth something. Hmm. I thought our dollar was worth something. Like, let's keep it 1,000, right? Why are you giving away? It's like gold. Are you just going to be handing gold away? If it was worth something, I mean, I don't know if gold is worth something, but y'all get the because I'm like, I have no idea in that arena, but there was a time where gold was worth something, okay? If I had tons of diamonds, you mean to tell me I'm just gonna just be handing them out like candy? Doesn't that devalue? Like, I would think that that would devalue the currency in its sense that, oh, it's American dollars. Like, the whole, that just, at a time where the country is in trillions of dollars of debt, right? It's crazy. You just gonna be giving $25 million away. So it must not be worth anything. See, that's what makes me go. Let me tell you, I don't understand. Make me comprehend because $25 million, in my opinion, goes a very long way. I'm sure you would agree, right? So what's really up? Like, let's really have that. Like, that don't even make sense. I'm gonna just throw it away. Here you go. We're just tossing it like candy. Is Colorado really that rich? I don't. I mean, maybe the state once was, but if you giving out that kind of money, I mean, you mean to tell me that that ain't gonna start hurting people's pockets? You mean to tell me that your biggest people, your people that own property and stuff like that, you mean to tell me these folks ain't gonna try to find somewhere else? Because they gonna try to recoup it on the back end. It's the facts. They do this all the time. They'll tell you, "Oh, here you go. We care and love about you so much. Ooh, free money." And then they be having you pay it back through some sort of means necessary on the back end. 2 years down the line, 10 years down the line, you gonna pay. So it's getting to a point where, and when I was watching the comments and these people complaining, and every now and then you see somebody, well, just give them hourly wage job. Why would I give these folks an hourly wage job? What have they done? What kind of skills do they have? Like, no offense. Well, find an odd job that you wouldn't do or that you wouldn't do and just pay them minimum wage. I could see many people doing that because it comes in handy. If you showing up on my doorstep to mow my lawn, listen, I might not be like, nah, I might just let you rake my leaves or mow my lawn. You see what I'm saying? So all it does is encourage them to stay. And I don't mind people coming in, but I do feel like because we are our own country, I don't feel like we should be borderless. I know that it's inevitable. It's something that's not going to change. We are in a different time. We've already had the reset in the sense that we are now in a global economy. I mean, it literally all boils down like it's real. So technically, I don't know if Americans know this, but that's why if you ain't noticed, you start seeing more and more Americans leave the country. Why? Because everywhere else in the world, everybody's all connected. Americans are a bit isolated, in my opinion. Not all, but a lot. We are now in a global economy where we are competing with people from around the world. And until people begin to understand that, now you would understand what's happening with the migrant. It teased me off. But as I'm watching it unfold, I'm like, whoa, like it's crazy. It's a whole, you could tell these people, I mean, low key, they done really plotted this out. So I don't see the things changing, especially when we talking about getting folks housing, right? They starting to put child cares in the apartment complexes. I'm like, what? That's some ghetto ass shit. I'm not trying to move in no apartment complex where there's child care. The fuck? I don't want to be around no badass little kids. You see what I'm saying? Like for real. So, I mean, this is just my thoughts on everything. I'm not really happy about what these people just did, right? Um and it tells me that this state is more concerned, and I say state because it's not all the people in this state. That's what's so cold about it. When I was watching the comments in the Reddit thread, there were more dislikes for some of these comments that were talking about helping them and all that jazz, right? Than you would think. Like it was like 28 dislikes to it was weird. You can clearly see that people are not having it. They're not falling for it. They don't like it, right? These people have way more dislikes on their thing than anything. But everybody wants to be so nice. And this is how the quality of your state, because see, Colorado was quality. I mean, I'm not saying Colorado ain't quality. Certain areas that tolerate shit like this, or that they can get to, because understand Colorado's so vast, you can't necessarily get to one place, that quickly. Okay, unless you're in the metro area, right? The rest of that, you go to Grand Canyon, that's our Grand Canyon. Grand Junction, that's like 6 hours away, right? That's still Colorado, but you traveling quite a ways, okay? So I don't see a lot of these folks going that far, like well, maybe they are, I don't know. But I don't see them once they're here in Denver, I don't see them going out very far. Like I always see these people living in the metro area unless they decide, I got whatever the case may be, I might want to move on or whatever. But for the most part, these people are here to stay. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. That's my thoughts on it. It kind of, like I said, it's more of like, really? Is this what we do with our money? There's nothing wrong with helping people, but like, we got a lot of problems right now. Like, and I'm very confused. I'm not really confused, but I really don't get why they would have done this. I don't rock with this decision. So that's all I got to say on the matter, y'all. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.